Hey everyone and welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the film Uncharted. Fun fact, the original voice actor for Nathan Drake, Nolan North, makes a cameo in this film as a hotel guest on the beach. This film came out in 2022 and stars Tom Holland, Mark Wahlberg, and Tati Gabrielle, and was directed by Ruben Fleischer. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Uncharted tells the story of how Nathan Drake and Sully chase down the treasures hidden by the Magellan crew. Nathan Drake and Sully must try to find the treasure before the evil Santiago Moncada gets his hands on it. Uncharted has some familiar faces that you may have seen before. Tom Holland was in Spider-Man No Way Home. Mark Wahlberg was in The Other Guys. Antonio Banderas was in Spy Kids. Sophia Ali was in The Wilds. Tati Gabrielle is in The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. And Ruben Fleischer also directed Zombieland. Uncharted is an adventure movie with some high stakes. If you like Tomb Raider, Jumanji, or The Mummy, then I suggest you give it a try. Uncharted is based off of a video game, and I thought this was a very fun adaptation. When I watched this movie, I was very interested in what was going on, and I'm not going to say it's a perfect movie, but it's definitely a movie you watch when you're looking for a cool adventure. You could just sit back and not have to put so much thought into what's going on in the film. There were some funny parts in this movie that I wasn't expecting to see, but they were nice to include. I thought that Tom and Mark had some good chemistry and did good in the role that they were given. So I used to play Uncharted back in the day, and I think that with anything that has a visual media attached to it, it's going to be hard to get away with casting people who don't look similar to the people from what you're adapting. I think the actors in this film did a good job in their roles, but I don't think they were the ideal people that I would have chose to be cast in those roles. I felt like neither of them not only looked like the characters from the game, but also the relationship that we see in the game is not the same dynamic as in the movies. They have a good relationship in the movies, but it's just not the same. I know that things, can't always be exactly the same, but I think that a reason a movie like this is even being thought of is because the characters were so popular in this video game, and I think they should have thought of that when they were being casted. Also in the movie, there was a flashback to Nate Drake when he was young, and it looks like he maybe was in between 13 and 16. And then there's a 15-year time jump, which would put him close to 30, but it looks like they didn't even try to make him look that age. This is nothing against Tom Holland, but he looks young, and so it's hard to picture him as this 30-year-old when he looks like he's barely 20. I didn't know if Moncada was supposed to be the main villain in this movie, but he wasn't really memorable and was overshadowed by Joe Braddock. I did really like Joe, however, as the villain and how she wanted that treasure and she was going to get it no matter what. The screenplay was very generic, but I felt like it was still an enjoyable journey to see them search for this gold. I love that they also included some parkour moments that are heavily in the game, but also mirrored some scenes that you might have seen in the game as well. My favorite part of this movie is the scene in which we see Nate, Sully, and Chloe looking for what they think is the gold in Spain. I love how they incorporated some of the ideas from the game, that this is not going to be easy, but there are going to be clues that will help them along the way. It was interesting to see them find all these clues and how it didn't lead to the gold, but it led to a map of the gold, which was just as important. Uncharted is a fun movie that is adapted from a video game. Fans of the video games will enjoy it, but will probably be unhappy with the casting, and non-video gamers will be along for the adventure. It was an interesting adventure, and I'm excited to see the future of the franchise. If you haven't seen Uncharted, I suggest you go and watch it. Thank you for watching my video. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. If you have not, please subscribe so you can keep up to date with more of my videos. But besides that, everyone stay safe, have fun, and goodbye.